The night air was crisp, the city lights a shimmering tapestry below. Ramon Reyes, a decorated FBI agent, was driving home, the weight of a long day finally lifting. He was a man of honor, a pillar of the community, a husband, a father. But that ordinary evening was about to shatter, shattering his life into 1,000 pieces. A routine traffic stop. A simple misunderstanding. But what followed was a nightmare. The officers, fueled by a misidentification and a reckless disregard for the truth, accused Ramon of a heinous crime. He protested his innocence, pleaded for justice, but his pleas fell on deaf ears. The evidence, circumstantial. The witnesses, mistaken. But in the eyes of the law, Ramon was guilty. His life, his career, his freedom, all snatched away in an instant. The world he knew, the life he cherished, crumbled around him. 3 years. 1,095 days. A lifetime stolen. He watched his children grow up through blurry prison photographs, their laughter a distant echo in the suffocating silence. His wife, Isabella, her face etched with worry, her eyes pleading for him to come home. The weight of guilt, the crushing weight of injustice, threatened to consume him. Despair threatened to consume him. The fluorescent lights hummed overhead, casting long, eerie shadows across the cell. Dust motes danced in the single shaft of sunlight piercing through the grimy window. He sat on the cold concrete floor, his back pressed against the wall, the metallic clang of the cell door still echoing in his ears. 3 years. 1,095 days. 1,095 days of this. He closed his eyes, trying to conjure the faces of his children. Elena, his eldest, with her bright eyes and infectious laughter, probably chasing butterflies in the backyard, her blonde hair a sunbeam against the green grass. Marco, his mischievous little boy, building elaborate fortresses out of blankets and pillows, his brow furrowed in concentration. He imagined them growing up without him, milestones slipping by unnoticed, birthdays, graduations, the first awkward dates. A wave of grief washed over him, so intense it stole his breath. He choked back a sob, the sound swallowed by the oppressive silence of the cell. The nightmares came in waves. The shouting, the accusations, the cold steel of the handcuffs biting into his wrists. He would wake up gasping, heart pounding, the scent of sweat and fear clinging to him. He tried to sleep, to escape the torment, but the silence screamed louder than any nightmare. The echoes of the interrogation room, the accusing glares of the officers, the chilling weight of their disbelief, they replayed on an endless loop in his mind. Each day bled into the next, an endless cycle of monotony. He counted the cracks in the ceiling, the ticks of the clock, the agonizingly slow passage of time. He watched the sunlight shift across the wall, a silent testament to the hours, the days, the weeks that slipped away. He meticulously charted the dates on a scrap of paper, each mark a grim reminder of another day stolen from him, another day away from his family. He thought of his wife, Isabella. Her face, once radiant with joy, now etched with worry. He imagined her struggling alone, the weight of single parenthood crushing her spirit. The bills piling up, the loneliness creeping in, the constant fear for the future. He yearned for her touch, the warmth of her hand in his, the comfort of her presence. He imagined the way her eyes would light up when he walked through the door, the way they would hold his gaze for a moment longer than necessary, a silent conversation passing between them. Despair threatened to consume him, to drag him down into the abyss. The fluorescent lights seemed to mock him, their cold, harsh glow a constant reminder of his imprisonment. He felt a chilling emptiness within him, a hollowness that seemed to grow larger with each passing day. He clung to the memory of his children's laughter, to the unwavering belief in his wife's love. He would not succumb. He would not let this break him. He closed his eyes, picturing their faces, their smiles. He would fight. He would survive. He would come home. He would make up for lost time, shower them with love, build new memories to replace the ones stolen from him. He would come home. He would come home. But hope, like a flickering candle in a hurricane, threatened to be extinguished. 3 years. 1,095 days. A lifetime stolen. Then came the detective. Young, idealistic, with a fire in her eyes. Detective Sarah Walsh. She believed in him. She saw the injustice, the blatant disregard for the truth. She dug deep, unearthed the inconsistencies, challenged the lies. She fought for him, against all odds, against the weight of the system. Detective Walsh was a force of nature. She spent countless hours poring over the case file, interviewing witnesses, following every lead, no matter how small. She uncovered a web of deceit, a series of errors, a desperate attempt to cover up a grave injustice. The initial investigation, she discovered, was riddled with inconsistencies, witness testimonies contradicted themselves, and crucial evidence was overlooked. But the road to justice was fraught with obstacles. Bureaucracy, corruption, and the fear of admitting a colossal mistake threatened to derail the investigation. Her superiors, pressured by the public and political backlash, tried to bury the case, to sweep it under the rug. But Detective Walsh refused to be silenced. She believed in Ramon's innocence, and she was determined to see him exonerated. Detective Walsh's visit was a lifeline. She shared her findings with Ramon, offering him a glimmer of hope in the suffocating darkness of his cell. Ramon, his spirits lifted for the first time in years, felt a renewed sense of determination. He knew he wasn't alone. Someone believed in him. The truth, when it finally emerged, was a devastating blow to the system. A series of errors, misidentifications, and a desperate attempt to cover up a grave injustice. The officers involved, blinded by their own arrogance and incompetence, had destroyed an innocent man's life. Their careers lay in ruins, their reputations tarnished forever. After 3 long years, Ramon Reyes walked out of prison a free man. But the scars ran deep. The trust he had placed in the system was shattered. The years stolen from his life, the pain inflicted on his family, could never be fully erased. Yet, he emerged from the shadows, a symbol of resilience, a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. He became an advocate for justice reform, fighting to prevent similar tragedies from happening to others. He testified before Congress, met with lawmakers, and became a powerful voice for the voiceless. He advocated for changes in police training, stricter accountability measures, and a greater emphasis on de-escalation techniques. He reached out to other wrongfully convicted individuals, offering them support, guidance, and a lifeline of hope. He helped them navigate the complex legal system, provided emotional support, and reminded them that they were not alone. He became a beacon of hope, a symbol of resilience in the face of unimaginable adversity. Slowly but surely, Ramon began to rebuild his life. He reconnected with his family, the joy of their reunion tempered by the years of lost time. He found solace in his children's laughter, their hugs, their unwavering love. He pursued his passions, finding solace in writing, his experiences fueling his creativity. Years later, standing before a crowd, his voice resonated with strength and conviction. Justice, he declared, is not always swift, nor is it always easy. But we must never stop fighting for it. We must never lose faith in the power of truth, in the enduring strength of the human spirit. Ramon Reyes' story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable adversity, hope can prevail. It is a story that compels us to demand justice, to fight for a more equitable and just society, and to never lose faith in the power of truth and the unwavering pursuit of a better tomorrow.